The officers exchanged worried glances. Commander Lee, the ship's second-in-command, spoke up. "We need to gather intelligence on the aliens. We must understand their technology and strategies. This victory means nothing if we cannot defend ourselves in the future." "Agreed," said Dr. Patel, the ship's science officer. "We should analyze the data from our last battle. There may be weaknesses we can exploit next time." Captain Jennings nodded, appreciating their insight. "Let's get to work. We need to stay one step ahead." Meanwhile, in the Galactic Council chambers, Zarnok was seething with anger. His failure to defeat the humans had embarrassed him and his species. "We underestimated them," he admitted to the other leaders, his fists clenched in frustration. "But we will not make the same mistake again. We will regroup and create a new plan to crush them once and for all." Griv, still shaken from the battle, spoke cautiously. "But we cannot rush into another attack. We must learn from our mistakes. The humans have proven they can fight back." Zarnok glared at Griv, but realized he was right. They needed to come up with a solid strategy. Back on Earth, Captain Jennings and her crew were busy analyzing the data from their last encounter. They discovered patterns in the alien attacks, identifying key weaknesses. "If we can predict their moves, we can outsmart them next time," Jennings said, her determination shining through. As days passed, the humans worked tirelessly to improve their ships and weapons. They developed new training programs, ensuring that every crew member was ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. Captain Jennings encouraged her crew, reminding them of their victory and the strength they had shown. However, the mood was tense. The crew knew that the next battle could be their last, and they were determined to be ready. They studied the alien technology, developing countermeasures to the disruptor weapons that had caused so much damage. They also worked on enhancing their energy weapons, hoping to gain an even greater advantage. Just as they felt prepared, a new message came in from the Galactic Council. "We challenge you to a rematch," Zarnok's voice echoed through the transmission. "This time we will show you the true meaning of power. Prepare for battle." Captain Jennings gathered her crew again, their faces filled with a mix of fear and determination. "They want to fight again, and we will accept their challenge. We have trained hard, and we know their weaknesses. This time, we will not only defend our home, but also show them that humanity will never back down." The crew roared with cheers, their spirits lifted by their captain's words. They had faced defeat, but they had also faced victory. Together, they would stand strong against whatever the Galactic Council threw at them. The war for Earth was far from over, and they were ready for the next fight. The day of the final confrontation had arrived. The tension in the air was palpable as Captain Sarah Jennings stood on the bridge of her command ship, the Defender. She looked at her crew, who were focused and ready for the battle ahead. Everyone knew that this fight could determine the future of Earth. The Galactic Council was coming, and they were eager to avenge their previous defeat. "Everyone, listen up!" Captain Jennings called out, her voice steady. "Today, we face the Galactic Council again. They believe they can crush us once and for all. But we have something they don't, the spirit of humanity. We will fight with everything we have to protect our home." The crew erupted into cheers, their determination shining bright. They had worked hard to prepare for this moment, and they were ready to show the aliens that they were not to be underestimated. As the hours passed, the human fleet gathered in formation around Earth. They watched as the dark silhouettes of the alien ships appeared on the horizon, slowly moving closer. Zarnok, leading the alien fleet, felt confident this time. "Prepare the disruptor weapons," he ordered. "This time we will not hold back." The humans, knowing that the aliens would attack with their powerful disruptors, had a plan. They had modified their energy shields, making them stronger against the alien weapons. Captain Jennings gathered her crew one last time. "Remember our training. We know their weaknesses. Stay focused, and we will win." The alien ships charged forward, firing their disruptors at the human fleet. Bright bursts of energy lit up the dark space. The humans braced for impact, and as the energy waves hit their shields, the modified technology held strong. "We did it! Shields holding!" shouted Lieutenant Mark, a wide grin on his face. "Now it's our turn!" Captain Jennings shouted. "Fire at will!" The humans unleashed their energy weapons, bright beams of light shooting toward the alien ships. The blast struck true, hitting the alien vessels and causing massive explosions. Zarnok watched in shock as his ships began to fall. "Retreat! Fall back!" he ordered, panic spreading through his ranks. But it was too late. The humans pressed forward, their spirits high after their initial success. Captain Jennings felt the rush of victory as she saw alien ships crumble under their attacks. However, the aliens were not ready to give up. Zarnok quickly regrouped and fired a new weapon, the ultimate disruptor, a massive beam designed to take out entire fleets. "Now we will show them our true power," he declared. The weapon charged and fired, sending a wave of energy towards the human fleet. Captain Jennings saw the beam approaching and knew they had to act fast. "All ships, evasive maneuvers. Use every skill we've practiced." The crew scrambled, moving their ships in unpredictable patterns. The powerful beam swept through space, narrowly missing several human ships, but some were hit and damaged. "Stay strong, everyone! Keep firing!" Captain Jennings encouraged her crew. They fought bravely, their energy weapons blazing, but the alien ships were regrouping. The tide of battle was shifting, and the humans felt the pressure mounting. As chaos reigned, Commander Lee had an idea. "Captain, if we can focus our fire on one ship, we can take it down and create a gap in their lines." Jennings nodded, seeing the merit in the plan. "Let's do it! Target that flagship!" The crew worked together, locking on to Zarnok's flagship. They unleashed their energy weapons in a concentrated barrage. The bright beams collided with the alien ship, causing it to tremble and spark. Zarnok, realizing the threat, shouted, "No! Protect the flagship!" But it was too late. The flagship exploded in a dazzling display of light, sending shockwaves through the alien fleet. Zarnok's forces began to falter as fear spread among them. The humans seized the opportunity and pressed their advantage. "Now let's finish this!" Captain Jennings commanded, her heart racing. The human fleet surged forward, determined to end the fight once and for all. The alien ships, now disorganized and scared, began to retreat. As the battle raged on, the humans emerged victorious once again. Zarnok's fleet was shattered, and they were forced to flee. The crew of the Defender erupted in cheers, their hearts filled with pride and joy. They had fought bravely and shown the galaxy that humanity was a force to be reckoned with. Captain Jennings smiled at her crew. "We did it! We defended our home and proved that we will never back down." The crew celebrated their hard-earned victory, knowing that they had written a new chapter in the history of humanity. The Galactic Council would think twice before challenging Earth again. The fight was over, but the bond between the crew and their love for Earth had only grown stronger. Together they were ready for whatever the future held. On a bright and busy day in a grand hall on the planet of Zarthon, a big meeting was happening. The Galactic Council had gathered to discuss their plans for Earth. Representatives from different alien races filled the room, their colorful skins and strange features creating a vibrant atmosphere. They were excited, ready to talk about the invasion of the small blue planet they thought was weak. As the meeting began, the head of the council, a tall alien with shimmering purple skin, took center stage. "Today, we will discuss how to conquer Earth," he declared confidently, his voice echoing in the large hall. The room filled with laughter. The aliens shared stories of Earth's history, mocking the humans for their outdated technology. An alien named Zarnak, with 4 eyes and a long tail, stood up. "Look at their weapons! They are just old antiques," he exclaimed, pointing at a screen that showed images of human weapons from long ago. The council members burst into laughter, shaking their heads in disbelief. Just then, a human ambassador named Alex stepped forward. He was dressed in a simple suit, looking calm despite the laughter around him. "I would like to show you something," he said, holding a vintage rifle in his hands. The laughter stopped for a moment as all eyes turned to him. "This is an old Earth rifle. It has a history that you might not understand." The council members exchanged confused glances. "Why would you bring such an old thing?" asked Lyra, a green-skinned alien with sharp teeth. "It looks like it belongs in a museum." The room erupted in laughter again, but Alex stood his ground. "This rifle helped my people win many battles," he continued, raising the weapon high for everyone to see. "It may look old, but it has powerful memories and stories behind it. It represents our strength and survival." Zarnak laughed loudly. "An antique cannot possibly compare to our advanced weapons." "What can it do?" he challenged, his 4 eyes gleaming with mockery. The other aliens joined in, their laughter ringing in the hall like a taunt. Alex took a deep breath. He could feel the weight of the council's laughter pressing down on him, but he had a plan. "I challenge you to a demonstration. Let's see if this antique can still make an impact," he proposed boldly. A hush fell over the room as the council considered the challenge. Some members looked intrigued, while others still scoffed at the idea. The head of the council, intrigued by Alex's courage, finally spoke. "Very well, we accept your challenge," he announced, waving his hand dismissively. "But do not be surprised when it fails miserably." The atmosphere shifted as the aliens prepared for the demonstration. Alex took his position, feeling the weight of the rifle in his hands. It was more than just an old weapon to him. It was a symbol of humanity's resilience. As he stood there, he remembered the stories of soldiers from Earth who fought bravely with such rifles, defending their homes and loved ones. Each scratch and dent on the rifle held a tale of courage. He aimed the rifle towards a target set up in the hall, feeling a mix of determination and fear. Would this antique truly prove its worth? The aliens watched with eager anticipation, still unsure if this was a wise choice. They whispered among themselves, laughing at what they thought would be a display of utter failure. "This will be entertaining," Lyra said with a grin. But Alex was focused. He pulled the trigger, and to everyone's surprise, a bright flash erupted from the rifle. It hit the target with remarkable precision, leaving the aliens speechless. For the first time, the laughter died down, replaced by a stunned silence. The council members exchanged shocked looks, realizing they might have underestimated the power of something they considered just an antique. Alex smiled, knowing that he had just begun to turn the tide. This was not just a demonstration, it was a chance to show the galaxy what humanity was truly capable of. As the echoes of the shot faded, the room buzzed with whispers. The aliens were no longer laughing. Instead, they were thinking. Alex had sparked something in them, and he knew that the battle for respect had only just begun. The hall was still buzzing with surprise after Alex's shot hit the target perfectly. The aliens stared at the old rifle in his hands, their expressions shifting from laughter to confusion. For the first time, they were unsure about their earlier thoughts. This was not just an antique. It had shown power that no one expected. Alex felt a rush of confidence. He could see the doubt creeping into the eyes of the council members. This was his chance to prove humanity's worth. He took a deep breath and stepped forward again. "You see, this rifle can still do amazing things," he said, his voice steady and clear. "But it's not just about the rifle. It's about what it represents, the spirit of humanity." Zarnak, still not convinced, raised an eyebrow. "You think one shot makes you strong? This is not a battle, this is a show! You will need more than a single rifle to defeat us," he replied, crossing his arms and smirking. The other aliens nodded, some whispering amongst themselves. The room filled with a low murmur of doubt. Undeterred, Alex continued, "I challenge you all to a demonstration. Let me show you the true potential of humanity's spirit, its creativity, and its ability to adapt." His voice rang with passion, and he could feel the eyes of the council members boring into him. The head of the council, intrigued but cautious, leaned forward. "You want to show us more? Very well. But if this is to be a demonstration, it must include our advanced weapons as well," he stated, raising a finger. "You will show us the power of this old rifle against our best technology." A ripple of excitement passed through the council as they whispered among themselves. Lyra, the green-skinned alien, stood up. "I want to see this! Let's see how this antique matches up against our laser blasters and plasma cannons. This will be fun!" Her eyes sparkled with mischief. Alex felt a mix of fear and determination. He knew this challenge would be tough, but he also saw it as a chance to show the aliens that humanity was more than just its past. "Agreed. Let's set up a fair competition. We'll use both the rifle and some of our modern technology to show how we can adapt and innovate," he proposed, hoping to inspire confidence in his fellow humans and show the aliens that they were underestimating them. The council members nodded, some still laughing but with a hint of nervousness. They set up a large arena outside the hall, a place where they could test both the old rifle and the advanced alien technology. A crowd gathered, eager to watch the competition. As they prepared, Alex gathered a team of human engineers and soldiers. He explained his plan to them. "We're going to show them what we can do with our old weapons and our new tech. We need to make this demonstration unforgettable," he said, his eyes shining with excitement. The humans worked quickly, setting up targets and defenses around the arena. They modified the old rifle, enhancing it with simple technology to improve its power and accuracy. Meanwhile, the aliens set up their own weapons, showing off their impressive machinery. Finally, the competition began. Alex stood at the center, rifle in hand, feeling the weight of the moment. "Let's show them that humans can do incredible things even with what they consider old and useless," he shouted, rallying his team. The first round started with the aliens firing their plasma cannons. The shots lit up the sky, powerful and fast, easily hitting their targets. The crowd cheered, impressed by the alien technology. But then it was time for Alex and his team to respond. With a steady hand, he aimed the modified rifle. The crowd grew quiet, anticipation hanging thick in the air. He pulled the trigger and the shot rang out, hitting its mark with surprising precision. The audience gasped. The aliens looked on, their expressions shifting from amusement to concern. Alex had shown them something they couldn't ignore, the power of human creativity and determination. This was only the beginning, and he could feel the tide starting to turn. The atmosphere was electric as the competition heated up. The crowd of aliens cheered for their advanced technology, but Alex felt a sense of determination growing within him. He knew that humanity had something special to offer, something more than just fancy machines. As he stood with the modified rifle in his hands, he was ready to show them what humans could do. The first round was over, and the alien representatives were impressed by the performance of their weapons. However, they still looked down on Alex and his team, thinking they could not compete with such advanced technology. Zarnak laughed again, saying, "This is just a game. Our weapons are far superior." But Alex kept his focus. "Let's move to the next round. This time we will surprise them," he said to his team. The humans nodded, feeling the excitement building in the air. They had a plan to take the aliens off guard. The aliens set up a new round, this time with more complicated targets. They were confident they would easily win. With their powerful plasma cannons ready to fire, they grinned at each other. The aliens wanted to show off, thinking they were unbeatable. Alex whispered to his team, "When we fire our modified rifle, we'll create a diversion. That will give us a chance to unleash our secret weapon." The humans nodded, their hearts pounding with anticipation. They had upgraded the old rifle with a small but powerful device that would make its shots even more surprising. The head of the council waved a hand, signaling the start of the round. The aliens fired first, their plasma blasts lighting up the sky. They hit their targets with impressive accuracy, and the crowd cheered. But Alex knew they were too focused on their own success. "Now!" Alex shouted. He aimed the modified rifle and pulled the trigger. The shot fired with a loud bang echoing across the arena. The bright beam struck a target, and the audience gasped in surprise. But that was only the beginning. Just as the aliens looked impressed, Alex activated the special device attached to the rifle. It whirred to life, and a series of rapid shots erupted from the rifle. Each shot hit a different target, creating a dazzling display of light and sound. The crowd was stunned, their cheers turning into gasps of amazement. Zarnak's eyes widened in shock as he saw the humans' unexpected skill. "What is this?" he shouted, unable to believe what he was witnessing. The aliens had never seen such quick and accurate firing from an old weapon. As the last shot hit its mark, a wave of realization washed over the council members. They had underestimated humanity once again. The humans weren't just using old technology, they were adapting it in ways the aliens never thought possible. Feeling the momentum shift, Alex decided to push further. "Let's show them our teamwork," he yelled. The humans gathered together, using their skills and creativity to set up a defensive position. They started coordinating their attacks, firing the modified rifle in unison. The aliens quickly realized they were losing control of the competition. The humans worked like a well-oiled machine, moving swiftly and efficiently. They targeted alien weapons, hitting them one by one. The council members watched in disbelief as their technology began to fall. "This can't be happening," Lyra exclaimed, her confidence fading. "They are using old weapons to take us down." The aliens started to panic, unsure of how to react to this unexpected turn of events. As the humans continued their surprise attack, the crowd began to cheer for them. The tide was turning, and Alex could feel the energy in the air. "Keep going," he shouted, encouraging his team. "We are proving that we are not to be underestimated." With each successful shot, the aliens' laughter from earlier turned into nervous murmurs. They realized they were facing a serious challenge. Humanity was no longer just an antique. They were proving to be clever, resourceful, and strong. In the end, Alex raised the modified rifle high, a symbol of humanity's resilience. The aliens were now silent, contemplating their next move. Alex knew they had changed the game. This surprise attack had not only demonstrated humanity's strength, but also opened the eyes of the Galactic Council. The battle for respect was far from over, but the first victory had been won. The crowd erupted in cheers as Alex and his team showcased their impressive skills. The arena was filled with excitement, but for the Galactic Council, a heavy silence hung in the air. The laughter and mockery from before had faded, replaced by a sense of unease. The humans had surprised everyone, and the aliens were starting to feel the weight of their earlier arrogance. Alex lowered the modified rifle and took a moment to look around. The council members, once so confident, now wore expressions of shock and disbelief. Zarnak, the smug alien who had laughed at humanity's weapon, stood with his mouth agape. The balance of power had shifted, and Alex could sense the tension in the air. "Did you see that?" whispered Lyra, her green skin glistening under the arena lights. "They're actually... Good. What do we do now?" Zarnak clenched his fists, trying to regain his composure. "This is just a fluke. We won't let them win," he snapped, but even he seemed uncertain. The council members were looking at each other, realizing that underestimating humanity had been a big mistake. As the humans celebrated their surprise attack, Alex gathered his team. "This is just the beginning. We need to keep pushing forward," he said, his eyes shining with determination. "But we should also show the council that we want peace, not war. Let's use this moment to change their minds about us." The next round of the competition was announced, but this time Alex had a different plan. Instead of continuing the battle, he proposed a new challenge, a test of teamwork and strategy. "Let's work together," he called out to the council. "We can show you how humanity can innovate, not just fight." The council members exchanged glances, surprised by the sudden change in direction. Zarnak opened his mouth to protest, but the head of the council, an elder alien named Torak, raised a hand. "Let us hear him out," he said. His voice was calm, but his expression revealed curiosity.